which is different than SOB, which means son of a bitch.
Whoa!
Hey, I'm Ricardo Gamboa, or Ricardo Gamboa.
And I'm Melissa DuPrey of the Humble Park DuPreys.
And we are going to talk to you about bills.
And not the Destiny Child bills that Michelle keeps hanging on to, hoping that she can get her career back going.
Damn.
I know, right?
We're talking about bills, the kind that the General Assembly, that is the House or Senate, debating right now in Springfield. And if you think a bunch of sweaty white men in suits have no effect on your life,
They do, and they'll never call you back.
so we're gonna break down some of the bills and we're gonna break down some of the bills that are being debated right now in the General Assembly, the legislative branch of our Illinois government.
And this legislation is coming from anybody, anywhere. Community groups, lobbyists, your titi's religious groups in her evangelical church, fulano de tal. Everybody, they are loading in.
People love to get all excited about federal legislation just because it's bigger and they think it's better. But bigger doesn't always mean better or more impactful. In fact, state legislation probably has a very more immediate impact on your life. It can directly affect you or directly affect how federal legislation gets passed or directly affect how federal legislation gets implemented in your state. So we're gonna count down the top 10 or 15
They're 24.
bills in no particular order of
Random.
our interest. It's just random. FYI, HB stands for House Bill, meaning that the bill was introduced by the House.
And Senate bill is SB, which was introduced in the Senate.
I would like to start off with HB 2353, the legalization of recreational marijuana.
Come on, let's do this, come on.
We can't actually advocate for any legislation.
This bill would legalize marijuana for recreational purposes for residents in Illinois over 21. Sorry, kids.
The next one is SB 2332. Again, that's the Senate Bill 2332, which would raise the legal age to buy tobacco products to 21. This also includes electronic cigarettes, those cute little vapes that you like to pretend that you're getting high off of, and any nicotine products.
All right, number 13, HJRCA 0043, reporting for duty. Just kidding, it's the bill for redistricting reform. It would change the state constitution to create a nonpartisan redistricting board in charge of drawing electoral maps. This is really important because it prevents gerrymandering.
Next up, we've got HB 5531. I'm playing those lotto numbers.
Hey.
Which is Small Donor Matching System, which is essentially a state-funded matching donation system where anyone who might be running for office who would not normally have access to large corporate donations or millions and millions of dollars would be able to have access and support through the state. So for every $1 that they fundraise, the state would match them with 6.
SB 3604, limiting government severance pay. It would also prohibit golden parachutes. It's not nothing sexy and dirty. In fact, it means a 6-figure severance package for state employees that have alleged misconduct. Also, it would limit severance pay to 20 weeks of compensation.
What number are we on?
Yes!
HB 1804. I say oh because I'm Chicagoan and we don't say zeros. Criminal resentencing would allow people convicted of a crime to have their sentence reduced when the penalty for that conviction has also been reduced.
HB 4469, facilitating prisoners' voting rights. That's right. This legislation would mandate that county jails need to facilitate voting and voting registration for eligible inmates.
So, next up, we have number 8, SB 2925, which is required training for police officers in school. Currently, there are school resource officers, which are basically just uniformed police officers that work in public schools. Currently, those school resource officers are not required to undergo any kind of training whatsoever, and so this would just allow us to have more training for them to undergo.
All right, number 7, HB 4900. HB 4900, HB 4900, generic drug pricing fairness. Yo, this keeps drug manufacturers and distributors from pulling a Martin Shkreli. You know, price gouging, raising the price drastically of essential drugs. No.
Number 6, HB 5340, suspended driver's license reform. This means that they would no longer suspend your driver's license just because you have unpaid tickets. Oh my God! The boot man be running through Humboldt Park every day, okay? That is so necessary.
Number 5, are you feeling the burn? Because we're getting there. HB 4163, prohibition on asking for wage history. That's right, this would prevent employers from asking new employees about how much money, paper, they was making at their last job.
The next one, HB 4095, no cost credit freeze. This is insane. This means you can freeze your credit, hold your credit, do anything to your credit at any time without incurring a fee.
So, check it out. Because we can't stop shooting each other in the US, gun legislation is becoming very popular, even here in Illinois, as the General Assembly brings to the floor some gun bills. Here they are. HB 1465, raise the assault weapons age to 21. This would ban the sale of assault weapons to anyone under 21 in Illinois.
HB 1467, this would ban the sale of bump stocks, which would allow semi-automatic rifle firearms to mimic an automatic weapon.
HB 1657, licensing gun dealers. This would require all gun sellers to apply for a license from the state. Hey, but guess what? The governor already vetoed that one.
HB 4819, net neutrality for state contracts. This would prevent the state agencies from entering into contracts with internet service providers that would restrict open and equal access to all internet.
Number 1, HB 4243, no public funds for hush money. This would prohibit using any public funds to pay off anyone bringing allegations of sexual misconduct against a member of the General Assembly.
That's right, you have to ask your mom for money. And the bonus, HR 1025, which support of a progressive income tax. This would be a statement of support for Illinois to implement a progressive or graduated state income tax. What does that mean? If you make more money, you pay higher taxes. If you make less money, you pay less taxes.
Bonus, HB 4405, using drones to monitor large public events. So this would allow law enforcement to use drones to monitor gatherings of large crowds, like political protests. Let's wrap it up.
That's what I say.
Well, some of these bills are on the way to the governor. Some of them might not make it past next month. Hey, but if you like some of these bills, don't worry, you don't gotta say bye because they might be back next session.
Which is in January.
I'm Ricardo Gamboa, or Ricardo Gamboa.
And I'm Melissa DuPrey of the Humboldt Park DuPrey.
Your state matters.